Woo, what's good with your YouTube and YouTube busters? Your boy TripleCup Chuck, and I'm up. And for everybody, and I mean everybody, that think they the Kree or they think they the Scroll and they came to destroy this Marvel Avengers game, I'm here to let you know that I am Galactus and I came to destroy your world. When people was talking about this Avengers Endgame, they was talking about the character design. Let me break this down for y'all. First of all, on the character design, it should not have the likeness of the MCU Avengers. So people, please get that out of y'all mind. If they did have Robert Downey Jr., Chris Evans, etc., that'd have been so much more money they would have to take out or not be able to do content, because they would have to use this money to pay for the likeness of these characters. Look at Spider-Man PS4. They did not have the likeness of Tom Holland. I think that's his name, Tom Holland. They did not have his likeness. They went with their own Spider-Man. And when you do go in that direction, you could bring out more content. So if you was mad about the fact that they did not look like the movie MCU characters, you have to keep that in consideration. Plus, this is its own universe where it could be like the MCU gaming verse. Well, all the video games from like Spider-Man PS4 to this Marvel game and the Avengers, I think it's Avengers Ultimate Alliance game, or the Marvel Ultimate Alliance game that's going to be on the Switch. You got to look at it. This is going to be their own universe because Marvel Studio is putting a foot into gaming. Now, Square Enix made this game, right? This Avengers game, but it's still a Marvel game. They just got the studio to make the game for them. Same thing with the Spider-Man PS4. Insomniac made this game, but it was a Marvel game. They got Insomniac to make this game for them. So this not a Sony game or nothing like that. It's still a Marvel Studios game. They just don't have their own gaming studio and developers. So they leasing these games. Well, they resourcing these games out to these other developers to make them for Marvel, because they putting their foot into this gaming industry, and it's gonna be the MCU gaming or whatever they want to call it. I just say MCU gaming. But back to the topic of the design and the look, people don't like it, but you got to look at this here. If you could take their own individuality, and now they could have more story, they could add into this game, more story, more effects, more moves, more abilities, more mechanics, or you could have the likeness of Robert Downey Jr. So if that's your argument, think about it in that direction. Second argument about the graphic design, the game do not come out to 2020. So they showing you something about this game. A lot of it was CG, and they showed a little bit of gameplay, but they still have to 2020 to sit there and brush up on this game to make it look a little more glossy. But it kind of got the design, to me personally, of Tomb Raider mixed in with Anthem a little bit. And even since it was made by Square Enix, when you see the little Tomb Raider-ish stuff in them, where you know the big Michael Bay moments where everything blowing up and she be running through the tomb and stuff like that, those scenes right there, that's what you got to think about. Those clips was in this Avengers game. Like when they showed the Hulk, when he was running on the bridge and he jumped and he grabbed the two tanks or cars or whatever he grabbed, and he threw him that specific split second right there. That was actual gameplay. So that's the angle we gonna get. That's the actual gameplay is gonna look. It just looked good. People didn't notice that because it was going back and forth from that in CG. So the art look, if you thought the whole thing was CG, that let me know right now it's not about how good this game looked. It's just about they don't look like the MCU Avengers. And when they showed Thor, when he dropped his hammer on the ground, that second right there, that was actual gameplay. And when he took his hammer and he hit one of the police officers or one of the brutes, whoever that was in the tanks that they was fighting against, when he hit him, when he threw his hammer and hit him, that was actual gameplay. That specific second, then it cut right back into to the CG. So when people didn't notice that, they let me know that the gameplay gonna actually look better than what people expecting. And if you was looking for an RPG or, you know what I'm saying, type of game, no, it's not gonna be that type of game. Simply because RPGs And if you're an RPG player or a JRPG player, you would have to admit this here. You have to actually be some partially a hardcore gamer to play RPGs. Because the actual casual gamer can't play no RPG. It's too much stuff going on. They can't figure this stuff out. It might sound simple to you. If you're listening to this here and you're an RPG player, it might sound simple to you. But a lot of gamers, that's too complex. Then they don't want to make no Avengers game complex. Same reason why they're going to make sure that the Avengers movies is going to stay PG-13. To make sure they can catch the biggest audience they possibly can. That's why I don't think it's gonna be no RPG, no over the top, no first person shooter. I think it's gonna be like how Spider-Man was. You know what I'm saying? Behind the back, over the shoulder, third person adventure game. That's what it's gonna be. But I think it's gonna be one of those environments where they're gonna steady add content and stuff gonna come out for the future. So I don't think it's gonna be no one and done as game. That's my biggest hope. If this game is a one and done, yeah, I could beat in 8 hours, I tell everybody I wouldn't buy it day one. But it's gonna be. But if it's like one of them single player slash multiplayer games, well, or co-op, not multiplayer, co-op games where you could pick up Avengers, one of your friends could pick up Avengers, you might have a little bit more not about to say rehabilitation, but when you better play the game again over and over. But the thing about it, like you said, they supposed to be adding stuff, and let's see if it's gonna be dynamic and how they're gonna treat the world. That's what I'm more interested in, is the replayability. Because if it don't have that, or if it don't have no longevity where I can play it for a longer period of time, I'm not buying it day one. Even though this is right now the most anticipated game I'd have seen out of E3. I know a lot of people gonna say Cyberpunk, but don't get me wrong, Keanu Reeves really did sell the shit out of that game. That is an anticipated game. But me personally, I'm such a huge Marvel and DC fan. Well, I'm been waiting for another Marvel or DC game or anything that have something to do with the Avengers, X-Men, or Spider-Man, Batman, Superman, anything, you know what I'm saying? Injustice. I love those type of games. Even the crummy ones, I still try to play them because I know the characters. I feel invested, so I have fun with those games. So if you don't feel the same way, that's cool. I understand. There's some people different. That's not you, that's me. That's how we rocking. That's cool. But that was my anticipation. But the Cyberpunk, you know what I'm saying, it was pretty cool. It got a good second place to me. But I'm still was pissed, and this video was not supposed to be made until I heard all this backlash on the Avengers. So I have to come to avenge the Avengers video game about this E3 talk. And if you're not an Avengers fan or you don't care for these type of games, then stay away from the topic. Just stay away. Let the people that like this critique this. That means if I'm a fan and I see something I don't like, I'm a state it. But if I'm not a fan and I see something I don't like, that's not my genre, I'm just going to leave that alone, and I'm going to leave it for the people that enjoy this here so they can have the best experience that they can have in a game that they love, in a type of genre they love. And for the people that don't, and the people that don't like games or like genres of games and they try to comment on them, I really think y'all know what I'm saying, y'all lose respect. I mean, I don't know about everybody else, but for me, you lose respect because you taking away, you not adding to. That's how I always gonna look at it. You just a negative Debbie Downer that's gonna take away from everybody. So with that note being said, I just want to give a shout out to everybody that had fun at E3, that seen it live, and all my family, my friends, you know what I'm saying. I'll be out there next year if God say the same. But everybody that rocked out to the end of this video, I want to say, when I hit 800 subscribers, thank y'all for the love, the support, and you know what I'm saying, they motivate me, that push me to make me want to do more and do more things and do bigger things. And I'm glad to be a part of this community, you know what I'm saying. It's a blessing. And when I hit 1,000 subscribers, I'm gonna give away a copy of the Black Panther movie, and I'm probably gonna do something else, but for right now, that's what I'm looking forward at. You know what I'm saying, some of the people I already know what I'm saying was letting them know, and this was a while back, so I'm gonna stay good to my word about that. And I might drop some other things too, just because, you know what I'm saying, for the appreciation. I'm at that 800, you know what I'm saying, finna rock out. This your boy TripleCup Chuck, and I'm up. And remember, I do not do this for me, I do this for we. So like, subscribe, and holler at your boy. And don't forget to choke that like button till it turn blue. The Heroic Vibration Podcast Thursday. Let's go.